On Saturday, a protest was held outside Gracie Mansion, where I live with my wife Rama. Neither of us were home at the time. This was a vile protest rooted in white supremacy entitled Stop the Islamic Takeover of New York City. I'm the first Muslim mayor of our city. Anti-Muslim bigotry is nothing new to me, nor is it anything new for the 1 million or so Muslim New Yorkers who know this city as our home. While I found this protest appalling, I will not waver in my belief that it should be allowed to happen. Ours is a free society where the right to peaceful protest is sacred. It does not belong only to those we agree with. It belongs to everyone. I will defend that right every day that I am mayor, even when those protesting say things that I abhor. Let me also be clear about something else. New York City will never tolerate violence, whether from protests or counter-protests. Many of the counter-protesters met this display of bigotry peacefully, with a vision of a city that is welcoming to all. But a few did not. Two men, Amir Balat and Ibrahim Kayumi, traveled from Pennsylvania and attempted to bring violence to New York City. They are suspected of coming here to commit an act of terrorism. There is video of these two individuals throwing two devices towards the protest. The police department has determined that these were improvised explosive devices made to injure, maim, or worse. Thanks to the swift and decisive actions of NYPD officers at the scene, both men were immediately taken into custody, and the devices they brought taken off of our streets. I want to commend the officers who were on site. They faced a chaotic situation that very quickly could have become far more dangerous. NYPD Chief Aaron Edwards and Sergeant Luis Navarro ran towards the danger so that others could run to safety. They are here with us now, and I want to thank them today publicly as I did yesterday privately, and to thank the dozens of other officers who responded without hesitation. That is courage, that is selflessness, and I'm deeply grateful to both of them and to every member of the NYPD who works every single day to keep New Yorkers safe. As the NYPD continued their investigation yesterday, they found a third suspicious device in a vehicle on East End between 81st and 82nd Street. Out of an abundance of caution, they conducted a number of limited evacuations of nearby buildings before removing the device from the area. Once the device was removed, those evacuated were allowed to return to their homes. I am grateful for their continued work to keep New Yorkers safe. And let me say this plainly. Anyone who comes to New York City to bring violence to our streets will be held accountable in accordance with the law.
What do you guys think about what the mayor had to say about the terrorist attack? I mean, about what happened in New York?
How the heck do you say anything about white supremacy? There was no point in saying that. That had nothing to do with white supremacy, bro. It's just satirizing people.
Yeah, I agree with Donald, but he was basically just thanking the officers, but not really talking about the actual thing that happened that much. But he didn't do that bad, except for whenever he tried to bring up racism. But he ended that quickly, so.
Yeah, so there's a reason why. It's not by accident, right? I've kind of figured it out. I'm wondering, it drives me crazy. Like, how is it that the Islamists and like the LGBTQ, how are they all partnered up? Like, how are they in the same group? How are people who cry about women's rights like on the same side as Palestine? Like, they marry 6-year-olds, a grown men. Like, what is going on? Then I realized, like, oh wait, they have one thing in common. They hate America, and they hate white Americans. Specifically, they enjoy Black Americans because they get to play them, right? Black Americans are foolish, and as long as you say racism, Jim Crow, or segregation, and a lot of Black people go, okay, all right, sir, make sure I don't have to experience Jim Crow that I never experienced, right? So like that is the only commonality, is the hate of white Americans. So to your point, Jake Lang was certainly walking around with maybe 30 people, whatever, protesting with a pig and a donkey, or a pig and a goat. But everybody knows pigs and goats. Okay, it makes Islamists mad because they sleep with goats and they don't eat pigs. Whatever. I don't care. All the Muslim people walking around like harassing people all the time about what they're wearing and all this other stuff. Yeah. I don't know if that's actually a thing. That's just like a joke. But I don't. TBI, I don't remember why everyone just says it was like a thing where like, I don't know, the sand people sleep with goats. I guess I don't know. I'm sure it had to happen at some point, right? But I mean, they married 6-year-olds, grown men out there. Who knows why they do what they're doing out there? Like, I don't know.